now.
How did my childhood affect who I am now? Where I am now?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, affected it in a lot of ways. So, I'm from Aloha. You guys ever been out there? Okay. It's nice out there, right?
Yeah.
So I'm from Aloha, and we back when I was growing up, there was very few black people out there. There's a lot more now, but when I was out there, there was very few. And so, growing up out in Aloha, I was always felt the effect and sort of the influence of being a minority and being, sort of not represented culturally in school, in the neighborhood, and it was a topic of constant kind of no, I wouldn't say confrontation, but of recognition and sometimes confrontation. And what I mean by that is, in elementary school, stuff like that, people always kind of make comments about who you are, like your skin color, and sometimes this stuff was really mean and really bad. Sometimes it was just, things that kids say out of curiosity or just not knowing any better. But anyway, I internalized that early on, that I recognized that I'm like, I'm very different from a lot of other people in these different ways. And so having that kind of experience of being a racial minority made me really interested in learning more about my culture and connecting with my racial heritage in a very meaningful way. And that's kind of I've carried that with me throughout my educational experience and my career. And so that's where my heart is at. And, one of the things that I always was frustrated with in school was that in history classes, they didn't really teach Black history. And so most of what you were learning about was like white history, American white history. And so that kind of made me really interested in learning more about Black history. And so a lot of my film work is related to kind of like, uplifting some stories of Black change makers in Black history. So that's one way that sort of my childhood has affected where I am today and what I do.